Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Coastal Living. We have a great show for you all today. Get ready because we're going to try a new type of yoga with dogs. Very exciting. Plus, Jocelyn's going to teach us a thing or two about HIIT training and where do we send our little ones to keep them occupied during spring break. We did the research. We'll let you know today on Coastal Living.
Celebrating everything the Coastal Bend has to offer.
This is a great place to live, so let's talk about it.
Get the scoop on the latest trends, popular fashions, hottest music, exciting events, and so much more.
Come on, let's have some fun.
This is Coastal Living on KZTV. Now your host, Clarissa Serna.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for sitting here with us today. Coastal Living, hope you're having a great morning. Enjoying your breakfast taco, your cup of coffee.
Ooh, a breakfast taco.
Doesn't that sound nice?
Yes.
It's on my agenda. After dieting so hard for the wedding, I say so hard, we cheated like twice a week, but I'm ready for some legit breakfast tacos. It's time. All right, so on to the big news. In the race for Congress, we had two Democratic candidates fighting for their party's vote. Ricardo de la Fuente, who is believed to actually be from California, defeated Corpus Christi businessman Charlie Jackson. Republican John West will be the one to take on incumbent Mark Gonzalez for Nueces County District Attorney in the race for the 347th District. So hopefully you guys went out and got your vote in. It's very important to take advantage of your right to vote. Women have only had a right to vote for so many years now, and it's just really important that you guys get out there and use your voice, all right? Also, Miss Maderi dominated against Judge Guy Williams, and the voters are still coming in for the presidential nominee, so I'm nervous and excited to see what it could be.
This is a big time.
Yeah.
I mean, and I hope everybody out there was able to vote. I mean, this is a crucial time.
It really is.
It's stressful, of course, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So yesterday we were talking about your honeymoon, and the scuba diving experience was incredible, like you said.
It is. It's nerve-wracking. You're diving into a different world. It's very weird to like engulf yourself in that.
Right. Well, I thought this was an interesting story. A 23-year-old named Boris Molasek broke a Guinness World Record on Sunday when he went underwater at the Marina Castela pool in the town of Coastai, Gomilica in Croatia, and walked 328 feet before surfacing for air. And I think that is absolutely surreal. I mean, last week we talked about a man who broke a Guinness World Record for planking for over 8 hours. And I think stories like this are just so interesting, and it kind of challenges you to participate in things like this. Wouldn't that be something on your bucket list?
It gets you thinking about how powerful, mind over matter is.
Right.
Like once you get yourself in a frame of mind and that competitive mindset, you're not competing with anyone else technically but yourself, although he is setting a Guinness Book of World Records record. But I mean, I can't hold the plank for 8 seconds, much less 8 minutes. I can't imagine what happens. Yeah, and every time I'm like, oh, like shaking.
Well, we're going to do some workouts today, and we're going to, cover more on that. So I thought that was a really interesting story to share with our viewers.
Yeah, very interesting. Especially, I mean, I told you guys yesterday, but during the scuba diving, I mean, it's like a major panic attack because it's a whole new world down there. And it's can be really stressful. So
it can.
Yeah, good on that guy. And I'm assuming he didn't have any like help assistance with his breath. So that's pretty
like walking underwater. People say, "Oh, I wish I could walk on water." He was walking underwater for that long. It was pretty cool.
Interesting. Way to go, buddy. All right. So did you know that today is National Grammar Day?
I do now. I know now.
Yeah, and so like how do you celebrate a day? There's so many weird days, right? How do you celebrate National Grammar Day? Well, I mean, if you really think about it, grammar and communication has changed so much over the past decade or two, especially with the new technology that we have. So now we shorten things. So it's like LOL, IDK, BRB, and maybe text me, I don't want to talk on the phone. We're all guilty of that. Well, at least the millennials and some of us younger folks might be. So here are a few ways that you can celebrate. Read. Yeah, check out a blog, a book, a magazine, or a newspaper like the old school ones, like the physical papers, not the one on your phone. But if you need to use your phone, that's fine too. And another way that I read was to actually go through and, all of those articles, anything that is published goes through multiple layers of editing, but a lot of things still slip through the cracks. So maybe it can be like a fun little challenge to go out and see if you can find a mistake in something. Hey. I love when I see that like in a contract. I'm like, you messed up here. You misspelled that. It's supposed to be a comma. So it is. It's kind of not a lost art, but it's it's heading that way, and we have our
Right.
phones to think for us. So it's important to keep grammar as a
So
priority.
I have to ask, are you more of a texter or do you like to talk to people on the phone?
It probably depends on who it is and what the subject is. If it's something that can be knocked out real quick, I'd rather just get over it with a text message. But obviously, like if I'm driving or if it's, you know, my sister, a family member, a close friend, then I'm like, just call me. We need to catch up, and that can last for hours.
Oh yes, and I love talking on the phone. I'm more of a converse. I love to converse with anybody, and
Yes.
opposed to just texting, because whenever I text people, I tend to text narratives. I like to text, you know, lengthy text. So I prefer talking
Got
on
all
the
that
phone.
blue on your screen.
Yes.
You're like, what is she telling me?
It's like a Harry Potter novel on there.
Well, another cool way to celebrate is to learn a word from another language or to learn a new word of the day. So we've been talking about doing a word of the day for a while. So how
Right.
about today we get started with albeit. You know what that means?
Albeit.
Albeit. You can say it with an accent if you want. It's even though or although. So if we're using it in a sentence, a peaceful, albeit brief, retirement. I hope I sounded like I was
Yeah, you
narrating
did.
a movie there.
It sounded very calming when you said that.
Cool, good. I hope so. So challenge yourself to use albeit. And you can be like, albeit. I thought it meant like, who wants to be the leader?
Albeit. Yep, that's
But
what I thought.
that's not what it means. Yeah. So anyway, try to use albeit today. We'll work on words of the day as we carry on with coastal living. But let's talk about what's happening today. We're fishing for blood donations in the coastal bend, giving you the inside scoop on the coolest activities for your little ones during spring break. Jocelyn, you're going to get us off of our booties and into a really great workout. Plus, you're sharing some advice to keep us motivated. But in a few minutes, we're going to be bonding with some furry friends to attempt dog yoga, which I've heard so much about, and I'm really excited you're going to woof it. See what I did there? Okay. But first, drowsy driving, super dangerous. Don't want to do it. Our next segment has Jocelyn visiting with a business to learn more about how to avoid drowsy driving and to stay safe and alert and alive.
That's right.
All right. We'll be right back on Coastal Living.
Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Welcome back to Coastal Living. Now, did you know that drowsy driving causes more than 100,000 crashes every year, with more than 40% of drivers admitting to falling asleep at the wheel at least once. Joining us today from New York is sleep expert Dr. Janet Kennedy, and we're going to discuss the dangers of drowsy driving. Welcome, Janet, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's such an important issue. I'm really happy to be here talking about it.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Janet, before we get into some tips that you're going to help us overcome the drowsy driving topic, tell us about Journey Safe campaign.
Well, Journey Safe is a campaign by Super 8 by Wyndham Resorts. And what we're doing is we're launching this wake-up call to raise awareness to the issue of drowsy driving. And it's particularly important as we come up on daylight saving time, which is happening March 8th. When we lose an hour of sleep, it creates a few more hazards on the road. And March is also Sleep Awareness Month, so it's a perfect time for us to bring this out.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of sleep, how many hours of sleep do you think we should typically get per night?
Well, the average adult needs 7 to 8.5 hours of sleep. So there's a range for each person, but you want to be somewhere in there.
Okay, and a lot of us, while we're traveling and we're extremely busy, we are extremely fatigued, and I know I've been somebody that has been behind the wheel, and I never know when I'm drowsy. So what are some telltale signs that you're driving drowsy and we need to pull over?
Well, slowed reaction times are a big indicator, but also what's called microsleep, which is falling asleep unintentionally for a fraction of a second up to 30 seconds, and it can happen very quickly. It's extremely dangerous when you're behind the wheel, and it's a key sign that it's time to pull over.
Okay, and how can we know when something like this is happening, and how can something like this be very dangerous while on the road?
Well, drowsy driving is more dangerous often than drunk driving, particularly because we're going at very high speeds usually when it happens, and that can be particularly lethal. It's really important to be rested going into a long drive, and also to just kind of monitor yourself. If you're yawning a lot, blinking a lot, if you find that you're needing to open the window, those things are indications that it's time to pull over. And fortunately, Super 8 by Wyndham makes it easy. We're everywhere, 1,700 locations across the country, along all major highways, and it's easy to find a spot to get off the road and rest.
Yes, that's really comforting to know that. And how is Super 8 by Wyndham's Journey Safe campaign helping raise awareness for such an important issue?
Well, we have a website full of resources, including a PSA-style video, tips from me, and also a pledge that we'd love for everyone to sign to promise not to drive drowsy and to journey safe. And that's available at super8.com/journeysafe, and we hope you'll take a look.
Yes, absolutely. And how can you encourage our viewers to avoid from doing such a thing, as we are extremely exhausted, like I've mentioned, and to avoid drowsy driving?
Well, it's just important to remember that you want to get there in one piece. You need to journey safe, and when you cut corners, you're not just taking risks on your own behalf, but you're putting other people in danger as well. So we want everyone to take this seriously and journey safe. And you can go to our website and take the pledge.
Okay, wonderful. And one more time, where can we go for more information?
super8.com/journeysafe.
Thank you, Dr. Janet, for your time. We've certainly learned a lot from you today.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back on Coastal Living. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV. Get the scoop on all things local by following us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be right back on Coastal Living.
Coastal Living with Molly.
Jerry Lynn Cordova, mic check.
And Michelle.
Michelle Acebo, mic check.
Kaylee, is it? Say your name.
Kaylee Hernandez, mic check.
Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coastal Living. Please welcome our next guests, Geraldine, Kaylee, and Michelle, joining us to talk about dog yoga. As you can see, Molly, you've met her before on camera, but look, these girls are real comfortable. They're already very namaste on set. And we're going to talk, you've heard about dog yoga. There's a lot of different, there's goat yoga, there's a lot of interesting, topics out there. But I think dog yoga, we already know that dogs can be very therapeutic. You may recognize Miss Molly here. She is a therapy dog, right? I want to make sure I use the right term. Yes. So, and she also loves the spotlight, which is why she is sitting here right next to me, trying to kick me off the stage. But dog yoga, tell us about where dog yoga even came from. Where did it originate?
It came from just actually having a time to bond with your dogs. Mm-hmm. So actually having them on our mat,
Yes.
So it comes a time that we can actually just bond and create that they give us too. So just like Molly's like taking over you're on a yoga mat. You're actually able to pet her and create a bond with her. Mm-hmm. And now I lost my dog.
Oh, she'll come back to you. She just likes to know where she follows the camera, right?
Yeah.
Right, Molly?
Yeah, no.
That's right. And so besides bonding, what are some other benefits? I feel like it might improve your coordination since you're sort of aware of another being next to you and having to watch your balance.
It improves a lot. The best thing is that it actually decreases our anxiety, Bella.
It makes you laugh.
It makes you laugh. It just kind of takes a break from our everyday life. Mm-hmm. So when we come into our mats, we're usually all, I've got to do my yoga practice, I've got to do my yoga practice, I have to do this, I have to do that. It's a time for us to just let our anxiety come down, to just relax, let our blood pressure drop, and just have fun.
All right. Well, let's get started.
We take things so seriously.
Yeah, I'm ready to have some. Molly, are you ready? Are you ready, girl? Huh? You ready, Molly? Let's do this. She's all, who's talking? I think there was a girl sitting here before. I don't know where she went. All right, so how do we get started with dog yoga? She's ready now.
We're actually just going to have our dog sit in front of us.
Okay.
And of course, this is a little bit of an example of the different size dogs. And first we have to come into prayer hands. Mm-hmm. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Do it.
You ready?
Namaste.
She's like, not while the cameras are rolling, Mom. I can't do you like that.
All right.
So it doesn't really matter. It just becomes a time. So we come to a seated place on our mat. And we start to bring our awareness to our breath and just to being here. Mm-hmm. So as you see, Molly's bigger, so I'm just petting her. And I'm just going to take some time to focus on my breath. So as we inhale, coming in through your abdomen, up through your chest, into your shoulders. As you exhale, let your shoulder blades fall back on your back. Let your rib cage come in. Slightly contract your abdomen. Mm-hmm. Inhaling, abdomen, ribs, chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, abdomen. Just take a couple of breaths.
And then while the dog's like, she's taking more than a couple.
But it doesn't matter. It's a time for you to have fun. Yeah. So then we're just going to bring your hands down by your side.
Okay.
And inhale your arms overhead. We're kind of close, so you can inhale up. As you exhale, bring your fingertips back down to the ground. Inhale your arms overhead again. This time, as you exhale, bring your right hand down to the ground behind you. Left hand comes over to your right knee. Ooh. And if you have a dog in front of you, which none of us do because they're all doing their own thing, it's fine. Just simply inhale and lift up. And as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And it feels really good to have a dog sitting in your lap so you can reach over and pet. And you can even push against, like I can push against Molly right now and I can get a deeper twist. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, come forward again. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, come down, and we're going to twist the opposite way, but this time I'm going to grab Molly's head and I'm just going to push down against her. Oh, there you go. And Kaylee's going to reach over and pet Bella. Yeah, as we twist deeper, as we inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist deeper, and Molly weighs so much that I can actually push against her. And my back just popped. Inhaling, lengthen through your spine. Exhale and come forward again. This time I'm going to actually have Molly lay down. And I'm just gonna come into a tabletop right above her.
Okay.
So take some time and have fun with it. I know, we have our little leash there, just so they don't take off. So put Oliver right in between you. So yeah, oh. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
This is the time whenever we just take a chance and just have some fun.
There you go. So cute. Mine would be all over the studio right now. There's no way. I'm sorry, Sophie. If you're watching and you want to come to work with Mommy, you need to act like these dogs.
Why do you think Molly actually has a leash? Hi.
She's so sweet.
So as we inhale, we're gonna lower our back, coming into cow pose. As you exhale, come into angry cat. Just stretch out your spine. Inhale and switch. Exhale, push your back up. Tuck your toes under and come into child's pose. Oh, you get to lay on Molly. Or you can pull your dog under you. Hi, Bella. Hi. Hi. Yeah, I know. He loves me.
So right now we're working at basically like a beginner's level.
It's a
This is
beginner's
just
level.
a nice, relaxing bonding.
Yeah, it's a beginner's level. So everything that we do can go from just beginners that you don't have to have a solid yoga practice. It's just bringing your dog onto your mat. Now, if we want to go a little bit more advanced,
Let's do it.
yeah.
Let's go. I think
show
Michelle's
off.
got a fancy. All right, let's see.
Ah.
Michelle's gonna show us a headstand, which
So
is great for
everything that we
circulation.
do, we
right?
can bring in. So it doesn't matter what Michelle's doing. Oliver is with her.
He likes to hang out with me.
Molly's like, that's my favorite move. I want to do that.
So it's actually taken some peace to her, because look at Oliver, just push down and right against your head, Mom.
Is he?
I'm right
That's
here.
okay. So I can't fall over because I'll hurt him. So that makes me a much better handstander, headstander.
I actually wish
Nice.
that I had thought about it, but I have a really funny video of my dog when she was a puppy and I was trying to do a headstand. And there's this funny Spanish music in the background that happened to correlate with it really well. And I just toppled over and my dog went up and was like, "Are you okay, Mom?" It was the cutest thing. I'll find it for you guys, maybe tomorrow. But it is, it's great, it's relaxing. And knowing
It's
like I
fun.
can't squish my dog, so
Yeah.
maybe practice better balance
Yes,
there.
exactly.
I've got dog hair in my mouth.
Yeah, more
All right.
joys of having a dog.
you ready to learn a pose?
Yes, we're gonna do a balance pose, right?
Yes.
All
All
right.
right.
Give you Bella to hold.
Oh, Bella Bear. Oh, come here, little princess.
And then
with the Lion
for-
King.
Yeah. So go ahead and So we're gonna go into tree pose.
Okay.
So you can hold Bella here and
Okay.
then bring your right or left ankle, to your calf or to your inner thigh, depending.
Okay.
Yeah. And then reaching Bella up towards the ceiling. Like the Lion King. And she's so still right now.
Oh, look at her.
And then bring Bella back down.
She's all please.
And bring your foot back to the floor.
There we go. That was easy, right? I can't bend my knees like that. That's wonderful.
awesome.
So like you said, a great bonding experience
Natural
with
weight
your
lifting.
dog. Yeah, great shoulder workout and definitely makes you focus on your balance because normally I'm a lot better at a tree pose, but when I'm doing the Lion King pose with your pupper, she's like,
I
"Oh,
like
get
that.
her
We
from
now
me."
have the Lion King pose.
Yeah. There you go. So thank you, ladies, for joining us today. That was super fun.
you
A great
for having
opportunity
us.
to bond with your puppy or cat at home if you have one of those types of cats. Maybe not. But still very cool, great for beginners. We hope you had a chance to try this with or without your pet today because there's still great motions to try regardless. And we look forward to having you back to maybe try some more advanced moves next time. And Sophie, if you're a good girl, I'll bring you on the show. We'll be right back on Coastal Living. Thanks. Hey you! Don't go anywhere. You're watching Coastal Living. We'll be right back.
Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Coastal Living. Now we're going to keep this health and fitness topic going. I know sometimes with or without your dog to keep you motivated, it can be tough to get up either every day or a few times a week and stay motivated to work out or find something that works for you, right?
Exactly. And today we're going to focus on workouts for beginners and advice on how to stay on track. And first and foremost, before learning any type of workout or regimen, be proud of who you are. And you always want to keep in mind, you got to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
I think we live in a society where we've talked about this so many times on our show that we go to the gym or we'll get on social media, we'll immediately compare ourselves to somebody.
Yes.
And you got to keep in mind, they started somewhere too. It doesn't happen overnight.
Absolutely, that's so true. Loving yourself, loving your shape. Not everybody is built to be a certain way. I was talking about this earlier. I've unfollowed certain Instagram influencers and people that only have the best intentions, but because it wasn't good for my mental health, because I found myself comparing to someone who was unrealistic for me to think that I could look like. So sometimes it's as simple as just not putting that in your feed every day to see, but loving yourself first.
Right. Well, I have to tell you, you look amazing. I know you've been working out very hard, and these women and these fitness Instagram models that we tend to compare ourselves to, they were at a point in their lives where I'm sure they've compared themselves and they started somewhere. So I want to encourage everybody out there to keep that in mind and just be proud of who you are. And second, stay strong and motivated. Think of why you're starting this new workout and regimen and what you're going to gain. And the last time we talked, you're going to think about what you're going to gain instead of what you're going to lose. Remember when I talked about that?
Yes, and I love that.
Yes, people are so consumed with, oh, I want to lose weight. What are you going to gain from that? That is the key right there.
More strength, more energy, more confidence. You'll get to put on those pants that you used to rock a couple years back, whatever it might be, but you're gaining. I love that whole concept that you brought up. It was really, really good.
Right, and this is a very important one, and I mentioned it, but please take baby steps. Listen to your body. I've mentioned that in so many of my fitness workouts. Results don't happen overnight, and it's a process that you have to go, and it's beautiful. It really is. I mean, you could take a before and after picture, and then throughout your routine and regimen, it's great to kind of go through that process and see how far you've come.
And it's funny too, because you see yourself every day, so to you look the same. But before you know it, when you take that picture from a few months back, and maybe it's just 30 minutes of cardio 3 times a week, you will see a difference.
Oh, yes.
So keep track of that.
Exactly.
But now we're talking something a little heavier, HIIT training, right?
HIIT training, which is high interval training, and you can get so many great results from this, and we're going to go into that in the next segment. But it's going to help lose fat. It's going to help really just stay in shape, reduce heart rate and blood pressure, and high intensity interval training is something I really encourage for anybody to try.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to dive a little deeper into that in the next segment. I believe that you're going to get down with Kendall.
With Miss Kendall, that's right.
And get everybody's blood flowing. So get ready. I hope you already have on your stretchy pants and grab a glass of water, because it's going to get hot and heavy here in a minute. We're working on HIIT workouts when we return on Coastal Living.
You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV, the only lifestyle show made in the Coastal Bend for the Coastal Bend.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Welcome back to Coastal Living, everybody. I hope you have your yoga mat ready and you got your workout pants on, because we are going to go over to some high interval training tips, and this is going to be for beginners. And I'm here with Kendall. She's going to be my workout partner and the modifier of different versions of these workouts. If it gets a little bit too difficult, I have some other alternatives that you can do. So first things first, high interval training, which is also called HIIT training. It's great for people who want to lose weight, people who want to stay in shape. There's just so many great benefits about these workouts, and I cannot wait to share them with you. So let's get started, and let's start with a warm-up. So we're going to do our basic jumping jacks.
All right, let's do it.
Yep, so we're going to do these for about 30 seconds. It's always important to get that heart rate up, get that blood flowing nice. And this is just great to start doing before any type of workout. You always want to do some warm-ups. Always encourage that. And, whew, girl, you're really gonna get that.
I know.
Out of breath.
We're gonna be sweating in 2
Right.
minutes instead of 7 minutes.
Exactly. So I always encourage this because it's not a difficult warm-up. It's just something to get that heart rate up, get that blood flowing.
We're flowing.
All right. Okay, so first workout, I love doing these. I love incorporating this workout during my leg workouts. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do jump squats. So these can be a little bit difficult for some people that are just trying out. So I'm gonna do, I'm already feeling it. I'm gonna do the regular version of a jump squat. And then I'm gonna show you, Kendall, the alternative of an easier way to do a jump squat.
Got it.
So you're going to stand like this. You're going to have your feet shoulder width apart. You're going to get in your squat position and then try to get as low as possible. Okay. And then Kendall, I'm going to show you, for those that are participating and want to do the other version, instead of going down to a squat, you're going to just jump and then sit.
Got it.
Jump and then sit. All right, ready to do this for about 30 seconds?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Whoo-wee. Like I said, you could feel the burn in your quadriceps. You can feel the burn everywhere. You're really gonna get that heart rate up. It's high interval training, like I said, so everything is getting up there. Whoo-wee. Woo. All right, next up, we are going to do some standing burpees. Now, everybody typically is familiar with a burpee that is very difficult.
Yes.
So with standing burpees, it's a lot better. So what we're gonna do, it's so funny how I'm out of breath right now. So we're gonna get down on all fours. And then, instead of jumping up, we are just gonna stand. Just like so. Ready?
Yes.
Got it down?
That's gonna be hard, y'all. You ready?
All right, let's get started. All right, standing burpees, let's go. Okay. Okay, and this is great for upper body strength, and I want to encourage those that are participating or wanting to try this to really squeeze your quadriceps as you're coming up instead of doing those jumps, because those jumps, I tell you, whew, those can get you. And this is just great for beginners. All right, how you feeling, girl?
Feeling tired, man.
All right, we'll do a couple more.
Whew.
All right. Whew-wee. So another thing, so we did jump squats, we did standing burpees. What I also like to do are movements where you're kind of like in a still position,
Okay.
kind of like a sitting squat.
Okay.
So with that being said, I'm gonna do a sitting squat, and I know we don't have a chair for you to sit in. The alternate position that you would do is you would sit down in your chair, sit down, and then come up. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit in a squatting position for 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. All right, so this workout right here definitely tightens your quadriceps, great for your glute muscles, and you want to keep your hands like Kendall has them, just so you can keep that balance. And the lower you go, it's more rigorous, of course, but since this is a beginner's training, this is a good form right here.
And the quads are burning, you can already feel it.
Yes, absolutely. And I see some sweat, girlfriend. How are you doing?
Yeah, we're sweating 7, girl.
And you know what? This is also something that you can do instead of actually being in that placement, is you can put your hands on your knees like this. It's not as difficult that way. So we'll be in this position for another 10 seconds. Woo-wee. Oh, you're going for the difficult position there. All right, next one up. We're working our whole body today. We're gonna get on all fours.
Okay.
We're gonna do some shoulder taps. These are some of my favorite. It's good for strength. It's good for movement as you're on the ground. And it's also just great for your blood flow. So let's go on the mat and get on all fours.
Okay.
It's gonna be like a plank position. You're gonna do this. And then Kendall, you already know the intermediate position there.
So you're on your knees.
Right. On your knees, get on your knees there. And that's also a great way to make it not as difficult. And I'm kind of swinging my body right now. That's something you want to avoid. So keep your body straight and aligned like so. Kind of put your bottom down like this. Do some shoulder taps for a good 30 seconds. Whew. How are you feeling?
Feeling sweaty.
Feeling sweaty? I'm feeling sweaty too. That's why we're sweating 7, girl.
Sweating 7.
All right, almost there. We'll do this for another 5 seconds. All right. Now, how about you wanna do a little stretch?
Let's do a little stretch.
Okay, so this is actually a yoga pose. We're gonna be in the stretch position for a little bit, and we're gonna end with a plank, you guys. You can do it the moderate plank like what you just did in that position, and I'll do the regular plank. So let's get started. And meanwhile, while we're in this plank position, we have lots more coming up on Coastal Living, so stay with us. We'll be right back, you guys. Hope you got a nice sweat in.
Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Now, we already broke a sweat. I think our bodies will be ready for spring break if we work out like that, right?
See how I was super out of breath.
Girl, y'all did great. I hope that you all tried that at home. But now let's talk about the kids, right? We're all ready for a break. I think the kids are too. So it's next week. We have a list of a few camps that are going on around the bend to keep the little ones busy. So let's check those out. We'll get started at the YMCA. It's their spring break camp offering the kids a vacation from school without breaking the bank. You can enroll your camper today in the spring break camp, and they will enjoy games, crafts, swimming, and more. They'll, of course, make lots of new friends and be all refreshed and ready to get back to school when the time is right. That's from March 9th through the 13th from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. The cost is $90 for facility members and $120 for just community members. But you remember going to summer camps when you were little? It was like,
loved
or
it.
spring camps. It was so much fun. So let your kids have those same experiences. There's a lot going on.
Oh yes, we have another good one here in Corpus Christi. Family Martial Arts Academy is hosting a spring break superhero ninja camp, a super fun fantasy camp with great activities to keep everyone excited, games, arts and crafts, field trips, movies, and a lot more. Ages 5 to 12 years old are welcomed, and the cost is $180, and it will be held from March 9th through the 13th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. with early drop-off at 7:30 a.m. and late pickup to 6 p.m. at no extra cost.
Nice.
The location is 4037 Saratoga Boulevard here in Corpus Christi.
Very cool. And you know, a lot of us, we still have to go to work. We don't get a spring break. So you got to
yes.
keep the kids occupied, and it's better than having them sit at home with a sitter and kind of getting bored without stuff to do. So up next, we all know how great the Texas State Aquarium is. Well, they're hosting a spring break mini camp. It's called Embrace the Gulf 2020. So the mini camps offer immersive and hands-on STEM-based activities, so they're still learning, in which children of all ages not only have fun and make friends, but they're learning about science and the environment, which is awesome.
Yes.
What's really cool about this one is that each day is a separate registration and a whole different schedule of activities. So the campers are welcome to join for 1, 2, or all 3 days of discovery. Of course, again, ages kinder through 5th grade are invited. Members are only $36 a day. Non-members are $41.25, and they will be held March 9th, 10th, and 11th from 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. For more information, call the aquarium at 881-1204. So much fun at the aquarium.
So much fun, and I'm really excited to talk about this next one. Up next, you can check out the Corpus Christi Museum of Science and History to explore the wizarding world of science spring break camp. Your young wizard or witch will participate in a multitude of educational scientific experiments that are sure to delight, including potions, charms, and wand making, and many more. First 100 signups will receive a free camp t-shirt. Cost for a full week is $200 for non-members and $180 for additional siblings, or enjoy the discounted members rate for $180 per child. And you can also take advantage of the drop-in daily rate of $55 per child. And this will be going on from March 9th through the 13th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Museum of Science and History, which I actually used to work at whenever I was in college. I did marketing there. It was so much fun, and I have to say all of their programs for the kids were just incredible.
Very, very cool. Fun for the adults and kids.
Yes.
But yeah, and the extended hours. So if you work long hours, that one works out well.
Exactly.
Last but not least, the Texas Maritime Museum is holding the Sailors Holiday Spring Break Camp with a Flags Over Texas theme. It's 5 mornings of supervised educational crafts, activities, snacks, and interesting educational experiences. Again, ages 5, which is kinder through 5th grade, are invited to join at the rate of $75 per child from the 9th to the 13th of March from 9 a.m. to noon. It's at the Texas Maritime Museum in Rockport. If you're in the area, you can register online or in person at the museum. So many great things to keep your kids occupied, active, and still learning this spring break. All right, guys.
Options.
Now up next, we want your blood. But it's for a great cause, and if you like fishing, there are definitely perks. So stick around to learn more. We'll be back on Coastal Living. Want to be featured on Coastal Living? Post a pic on our Facebook or Instagram. We'll be right back on Coastal Living.
say your name and count us in for a mic check?
Yes, Ashley Ramirez, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Coastal Living now. Do you like fishing? How about helping a great cause? Well, our next guest is here to tie the two together for you. Please welcome Ashley Ramirez with the Coastal Bend Blood Center. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, girls, so something special. What does giving blood have to do with fishing?
Well, it's our 6th annual Fishing for Donors blood drive that happens every year. Of course, right before spring break, because we tend to see more tragedies during the holiday season.
Sure.
And, so it's a great opportunity for us to encourage our community residents to come out and donate and make sure that we have that adequate amount of blood supply on our shelves.
Awesome. Better to be prepared,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
And so you mentioned being prepared because it's, kind of a bigger accident season, but what are the needs right now in our community for blood?
There is always a constant need. I mean, there is no substitute for human blood, so we're always constantly encouraging our, our community residents to come out and donate. Right now, there is a need for platelets. So, I mean, if you can spare about 30 minutes of your time, we encourage you all to please donate. You can donate this Saturday and also be entered in for a chance to win these awesome, amazing raffle prizes, such as a offshore fishing trip, $100 Visa gift card, a summer package at Hurricane Alley, Cody Johnson tickets,
Wow.
and so much more.
Okay, so obviously lots of incentives to show up besides the fact that you could be a hero and save somebody's life.
Exactly.
So obviously your goal is always to collect as much blood as possible, a variety of types of blood. You mentioned O is in high demand right now.
Right.
Is that one of the more rare?
Right, that is the one that's used more commonly because, when you're in an accident, the hospital doesn't have time to check for your blood, so they're going to use your O blood type.
Great. So that's going to be this Saturday, where?
At Cavender's Boot City from 9 to 5.
Okay, so the usual location where you're used to seeing those buses out there. It's always great. You guys have food, entertainment, and as you mentioned, it's like a quick 30-minute thing. So when I can, if I see that, I know I've got the time and I know I've got some food in my belly, there's no reason not to stop. You could save, what is it?
Multiple lives, up to 3 lives with just one donation. Here.
Especially if you have O, it's kind of like your Superman and you have to do it because it's available to more blood types, right?
Exactly.
It's sort of the neutral one.
Right.
And so for someone who's never done this before, maybe they haven't seen you on our show, what are the requirements for donating blood?
You have to be 17 years of age or older, have a photo ID, fill out a 43 questionnaire, and we'll just do a little mini physical, which we check your iron and your blood pressure, and that's it.
What are the most common reasons that people might overlook that they're not able to give blood?
There's so many myths, such as people think, oh, I have diabetes, I can't donate, my iron might be too low, which sometimes, in some cases, they are, but a lot of people are not aware that that changes from minutes. You check your iron now, and in 30 minutes it might be different. It just depends on what you ate or drank that morning.
Awesome. And how often can we give blood a year?
Whole blood is every 56 days.
Every 56 days, so
That's
about
right.
3-4 times
A year,
right?
yes, yes.
So that's plenty of time, and we hope that you guys can make it out there. Lots of opportunities to win some really cool raffle prizes.
That's right.
In addition to potentially saving someone's life. Of course, we want to encourage you all to be safe out there during spring break, but head out on Saturday right in front of Cavender's Boot City. It's the 6th annual Fishing for Donors event from 9 to 5 p.m. 4914 SPID. You can't miss those big old buses. And you get to say hi to the beautiful Miss Ashley Ramirez to thank her for all the great work she does in the community. Thank you so much, Ashley.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys, we're wrapping up the show. When we return, you're watching Coastal Living. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us today on Coastal Living. What a fun-filled day. We want to thank Janet Kennedy for enlightening us on the dangers of driving drowsy, Michelle, Geraldine, and Kaylee for leading us in dog yoga. It was so much fun, and I'm going to try it with my pupper when we get home. Get ready, Sophie. Also, Miss Ashley with the Coastal Bend Blood Center, thank you for joining us. We're fishing for donors this Saturday right in front of Cavender's Boot City. You can't miss them. Get a good meal in your belly, head out and save some lives this weekend, Saturday at Cavender's Boot City. We want to help out the Coastal Bend Blood Center and people right here in our own community. Jocelyn, Kendall, great job, y'all, at the HIIT workout. Ooh. We worked up a sweat, something for us to all try at home. So, guys, we really hope you get a lot from these segments, especially the fitness segments, the workout ones. It's really our goal to get you motivated, especially this time of the morning. It kind of is it's going to determine how the rest of your day goes. So That's the point of Coastal Living. We want to get you inspired, motivated, educated, and pumped up for your day just for watching our show. We have a really great show coming up for you tomorrow. We're loca for local. Ay, ay, ay. Plus, Jocelyn, we're getting dolled up with you again, doing a little fashion segment. What are we going to cover?
We're going to be covering lots of great stuff, so y'all have to tune in.
Yes, you don't want to miss that. Plus, we're going to run a 5K for Casa and so much more, guys. You don't want to miss it. Let us know what you know and love on our social media pages, Instagram and Facebook at Coastal Living TV. We love you. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you for watching Coastal Living on KZTV. To see more, visit coastallivingtv.com.